Yeah, so this might not even go up. Look at this brow. I started to carve out my brow with my brow pencil and then realized that it was gone. So I'm gonna try to see if I can still do this makeup look without my brow pencil. And I know you can like tell, but I'm gonna try to pull it off. This brow looks so good in this one. Look, let me show you. I need to get a new brow pencil. Look, it's nothing there. Oh well, I'm gonna see if I can still pull it off. I cannot believe, like, and I don't have any other pencil. Yesterday, I threw my Anastasia pencil away. I forgot why I threw it away. I think it was like the wrong color, and it was just like a pencil that I had in my drawer. And then I looked at all of my lip liners. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I looked at all of my lip liners and they're all way too light for my brows. I usually don't go over the top, but maybe that'll save me. Clearly this brow just looks way better. This is not gonna work. I don't even go over the top of my brows. I'm just trying to see if I can save it. Well, this is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge. The concealer that I'm using is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I like using this concealer because it is pretty full coverage. I'll definitely do another tutorial when I replace my pencil because y'all can clearly see how much better this brow is than this brow. I'm so upset by that. Yeah, there's nothing here. No matter how many times I try to click. Cause yeah, I would usually like fill in more up there and my tail would be like more defined. But the show must go on. So now I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Hydrating Primer. This is my favorite primer. It's a little bit pricier, but for my dry skin babes, this one's for us because it doesn't make you oily. It feels really good on the skin, like skincare. I don't apply this before I do my brows because you need more, to me with your brows, you need that product to have a little bit more tension. And if you were to apply this primer prior to doing your eyebrows, I think the pencil would just slide. So that is why I don't do that. Okay, so I would usually be a lot further. It's just the brow thing caught me up, but I'm gonna try not to talk about that anymore. So I'm just going in under my eyebrows with this concealer. This concealer is lighter than my skin color because the areas that I'm highlighting, I want to be highlighted, so they're gonna be brighter. Also go in my forehead right here. I go under my nose and on my chin. Really simple. This color is Honey, so if you're my color or a little bit lighter, or if you really want a highlighted look and you're darker than me, do your thing. So I'm gonna take this brush. This is the It Cosmetics brush. I don't know the name of the brush because I've had it for a couple years now and the name rubbed off. But when Ulta does their, I think it's their 21 days of beauty, it almost always does a brush during that deal, and I recommend getting it because I really like it. So I'm just gonna use the brush because it's quick, and like I said, this routine is going to be pretty quick. You gotta give me some grace for the mishap at the beginning. But instead of applying like a foundation, placing this concealer to me is so much simpler. One, because the product has a doe foot applicator, and then I could be a lot more specific with where I put it. It's way easier. So now I look washed out. We don't want to stay looking washed out. So I'm gonna go in with my, Juvia's Place foundation stick because I want to add the color back to my face. So the foundation stick that I'm using is Benin. And I'm just gonna go in right there. I like to do a couple of dots in my chin area, and then I like to go in my forehead, and that's all I do. This product is very creamy and very pigmented, so a little bit definitely goes a long way. This brush that I'm using is the contour brush by Real Techniques. I like their brushes. I feel like they are durable, and I feel like for the price, these brushes last a long time because I've had this brush for years. So then just gonna go in with the cheeks. I recommend trying to blend back in this direction because the product is creamy and you're blending, you know that the product is going to spread out, but if you blend down, the product can only go down. Do you know what I mean? So you want it to stay where you applied it. So you want to kind of like blend towards that direction instead of pulling the product down. So if you can tell, when I first start blending it, I try to blend up so that I'm pushing most of the product back, and then after I blend it, I go down like into my cheek more. Again, I am not a pro. This is just how I do my makeup. So same thing with the forehead. I try to go up back into my hairline. I am gonna come down some, but I try to turn the brush and blend the product back into my hairline. So you see how the color kind of comes back. And then I do, use the access on my brush to kind of come down my nose just a little bit, on the tip of my nose as well. Again, because we want to bring the color back so I'm not washed out. So the bronzer that I like to use a lot is the Hoola Toasted Bronzer. So many women of color that came into Ulta when I worked there thought like, oh, they're not gonna have a color for me, because I mean, most of the bronzers are not going to show up if you're not very light complected, but this one is the toasted one, and that's what it looks like. It's very pigmented, and I'm gonna take this brush. These brushes are sentimental because I got these on my 25th birthday when I went to Chicago, and I went to their Sephora, which is one of the nicest Sephoras that I had been to at the time. I mean, still to this day, it was a really nice Sephora. So just to continue to warm up my face, I'm just using a little bit of this right over the areas that I used the foundation stick in. Okay, so now you're gonna get to see one of my favorite blushes come to life. You all know how I feel about blush. So this is the large bronzing brush, but I use it for blush, as you can tell. And then this is the Sweet Cheeks NYX Glow Blush. Very pretty. This one is in Citron Rose. So I just tap down in there and go in. Now, if you're a normal person, you might stop here. But me, I really like blush, and blush sits on the outer layer of your makeup. So as makeup wipes off during the day, your blush is going to be the first to go. So boom. I really like my blush, and sometimes I just tap my nose a couple of times so I can be rude off. Okay, so pretty much from here I could just go in and do my mascara, which is what I normally do, and then put on a lipstick. And you see, even with all of my talking and crying about my eyebrows, we've been recording for not even 15 minutes, so I would be pretty much done here after the mascara. But I want to do, we're gonna do a pretty red lip today too, but I'm going to do a eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna use this palette that I got from my friend. It's the Zion Hip Dot palette. Zion. These are the colors. So I'm gonna take this color Grounded, which I've used before, you can see, and I'm gonna go in with that. These colors are very pigmented, so if you can get your hands on one of these Hip Dot palettes, very nice palette. You see I barely tapped into this, and that's how much pigment I got. So I'm kind of like staying on the outer area. Now I'm gonna like blend it in. I'm gonna take a little bit of vibration to deepen it. Because I want it to be like a little bit smoky. Like this color. So I'm gonna take a flat brush because I want to add like some, oh sorry, that's my crown scratching. I think I'm going to put Angel's Landing ooh, and maybe mix it with a little bit of Surreal. So like Angel's Landing is this, and then Surreal is that purple. So I kind of mixed them. Ooh, that is pretty. That is pretty. I'm kind of nervous to do a red lip with this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I want to do like some kind of pop in the corner of my eyes. So I might take the color Virgin, which is this color, that one, and I'm gonna hit right here. See how that like just brightens it a little bit. It's so easy for me to do it on this side and harder for me to do it on this side. So then, boom. Very pretty. So now we're gonna take my favorite mascara, which is the MAC Magic Extension Mascara. They have a new mascara that I really want to try out. My dad used to make fun of like how I would hold my mouth open when I would put on mascara, so I taught myself how to do it with my mouth closed. So now I find myself like doing like that when I do my mascara. He was just joking, but I thought about it so much that I just taught myself how to do it with my mouth closed. So that's how it looks with the mascara. And I'm gonna go in with like another coat. What I like about this mascara is it's very black. It dries down wonderfully. Cause that's why I will spend a little bit more money on a mascara, because some of the drugstores, even though I like some of the drugstore mascaras like Telescopic and some of the other ones, even Princess Mascara, the thing that I don't like about those mascaras is they don't dry down as well, so they're more prone to smudging. So I'm gonna take these little and now we have to do our lip, and that's the last thing. So this lipstick is from Sephora, and I think it's called, oh, it's just number 1. Now, most of you are going to be like, Simone, no, doing way too much. So if you're one of those people that's side-eyeing me right now, shaking your head, you can do a brown liner and a clear gloss. You can do Fussy by Fenty. That's like a pretty one that will go well. Or you can do like a brown liner and nude lip color. But me, I'm gonna have fun with this look. All right, y'all. I had y'all for 20 minutes. But that's it. That's the look. And yeah, so if y'all have any questions, just ask. I'll do my best to answer them. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. Tell me what you think about the look, and I'll be back.